Hello dear students, welcome you all on my channel World of Homeopathic Pharmacy. My name is Dr. Bhakti Kiste. In the last lecture, I had explained you about the vegetable sources. The vegetable sources are a very big source, and we prepare 75% of the homeopathic medicines from the vegetable sources. In this video, I am going to explain you about the animal source. What are the different phylums, subphylums, different class, and what are their relationship with the medicines, and according to that, how to prescribe the medicine. Okay, so all these I am going to explain you in this video. So stay with me. Let's start the video. Now the question, write in detail about the animal kingdom with example. स्टूडेंट्स इसे अटेम्प्ट कैसे करते हैं? जैसे ही ये क्वेश्चन पढ़ते हैं, दे मेक वन चार्ट दैट इज़ नेम ऑफ एनिमल और ड्रग, उसके आगे कॉमन नेम, फिर क्लास, फिर फाइलम, और जितना कुछ बच्चों को याद है उतना अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट टेबल वो लिखना शुरू कर देते हैं. इज़ दिस अ राइट वे टू राइट द आंसर? नो. You should first know about the subkingdom, that is protozoa, subkingdom metazoa, different kind of the phylum, subphylum, and also different kind of the classes. At least you have to know in the 2 to 3 lines about that phylum or that subphylum. Now first is the phylum. Now the phylum protozoa. Now phylum protozoa. They are unicellular and mostly aquatic animal. It is also called as the early animals. They are free living or parasitic organism, and they use the flagella or cilia for their locomotion. Okay, this is very short. In 3 to 4 lines just I am explaining you about this, the phylum protozoa. Next one is phylum Porifera. This include the sponges. They are mostly marine, but a few live in the fresh water. They are simplest multicellular organisms wherein cells are loosely held together and do not form any kind of the tissue. Okay, phylum Porifera is a sponges, they do not form any kind of the tissue. Next one is phylum Coleotrata. This includes the hydra, jellyfish, sea anemones, and the corals. The animal contain a cavity. The cavity is seen in a center of the body known as the coelocentron. It is the gastrovascular cavity of that animal. Okay, that's why the phylum is called as a Coleotrata. Okay, because coelentron, it is one cavity present in it, and this coelentron is the gastrovascular cavity of that animal. Next one is the phylum Platyhelminthes. Now Platyhelminthes, we can call it as a flatworm also. It consists of the animals that are mostly parasitic. They attach themselves to the host by suckers and hook, means in our abdomen or anywhere in the body, in the on the trees, they attach themselves with the help of the hooks or the suckers, and they suck the all nutrition from that body. The next one is the phylum Nematoda. It is also called as a threadworm or roundworm also. It includes the animals that are parasitic or free living. Their size varies from microscopic to the several centimeters in the length. Okay, they are also the parasitic and they are free living animals. Next one is phylum Annelida. The phylum Annelida, also called as the segmented worms, it is included the segmented worms. These include like earthworm, leeches, etc., etc. They occur in the moist soil, in the fresh water and sea. They are elongated, segmented and bilaterally symmetrical. They are the first animal with the true body cavity. Okay, these are the phylum Annelida are the animals who are having true body cavity. The next one is phylum Arthropoda. It is the largest phylum which include the prawns, insects, spiders, scorpions like animals. They exist on the land and in the water, whether the water is fresh or marine. They may be free living or parasitic. Okay, so arthropoda include the insects, spider and scorpions. They are also free living. They are having the three regions like head, throat and abdomen. The anterior part of the body form the distinct head bearing sense organ. They are also having the brain. Okay, so the arthropoda are having the specific organs like head, throat, abdomen. They are having the brain also. Next one is phylum Mollusca. It includes the mussels, conches, octopus like animals. It includes the aquatic form. The size varies from microscopic to the giant form. The body is divided into three regions like head, dorsal visceral mass and the ventral foot. Okay. Next is phylum Echinodermata. Echinodermata, sorry. It includes the starfish, brittle star, and sea cucumber like animal. They are all marine. They are living in specifically groups. Okay, they are living in groups. They are free living animals. They may be star like, spherical or elongated. They are having various kind of this shape. The body surface is covered all over by calcareous spines. Okay, calcareous spines. Next one is phylum Hemichordata. This includes the worm-like unsegmented animal like Balanoglossus. These animals are marine. They possess a combination of invertebrate and chordate character. Means they are having the features of invertebrate animals also and the chordate animals also. Respiration is through the gill slits. The sexes are mostly separated. Okay, so they done their respiration through their gills. Now the phylum Chordata, last one. This constituent the most advanced group of animal. The distinctive character of this group are the presence of notochord at some stages of life, hollow dorsal nerve cord, gill slit at some stages of life, and tail behind the anal opening. These are the specific characteristics of the phylum Chordata. Next one is the subphylum. Now, first subphylum is Urochordata. It includes excessively marine animal. Their body is unsegmented and the adult usually lack a tail. Okay, the pharynx has several gill slit. Their pharynx are having the gill slit. Okay, but they are unsegmented. The next subphylum is Cephalochordata. The Cephalochordata include tiny fish like chordate but without a head. Okay, they are very small tiny fishes but they are without head. They possess all character of the chordate animal. The nerve cord without a distinct brain is seen. The numerous gill slit and post anal tail are also present over here. The next subphylum is vertebrate. It consists of animal with a well differentiated head. The nervous system and endoskeleton are highly developed. They are having the joint vertebral column also. They do their respiration through the gills in the aquatic animals and by lung in the land animal. The sexes are separated. Vertebrata is divided into 7 classes. Okay, now this vertebrata subphylum divided into 7 different classes. The class 1 is Cyclostomata. It includes the lamprey and hagfish. They are the most primitive vertebrates. They are without jaw, Mouth is suctorial and they exist in the ectoparasite. Now the mouth is suctorial means what? That they don't have the teeth, so they can suck only. Okay, they don't have the developed mouth cavity. Okay, so they only sucks. Next class is chondrichthyes. Okay, chondrichthyes include the cartilaginous fish like shark and skate. They are mostly marine and are generally large. Their body is either laterally compressed and the spindle shape or dorsoventral. Next one is class Osteichthyes, which also we can call it as a bony fish. Okay, so exist in all water bodies. Body is generally spindle shape and cover with the scales. The mouth is in arterial. The skeleton is partly and wholly bony in the consistency. Okay, the next one is class Amphibia. The class Amphibia include the frog, toad, like animals. They live in the fresh water and the moist ground also. The body varies in form, scales are absent. Okay. The next one is the reptilia. Now the reptilia name suggest about the animals like all the reptile animal, like lizard, snakes, crocodile, tortoise. They are mostly territorial, live in the warmer region. The body is covered with the scales. Snakes, they are belonging to the order Ophidia. The next class is aves. Are found all over the world. Aves means simply birds. Okay, the aves means the birds. They are found all over the world. The body is covered with the feather. The skeleton is very light, which aid in the flying, which help them to fly comfortably. The last one is the mammalia. They are the most evolved amongst the organism. These are divided into again so many groups, but the mammalia means those animals who are having the mammals, they are viviparous, and mammals have a palate, a pair of the pinea, external ear, a diaphragm separating in the chest and the abdomen. Okay, so these are all the mammalian, or we can call it as the mammals. It is again divided into some different kind of the three groups, but it is not necessary to explain you in that much detail. Now, how to write about the animal kingdom? First of all, here I want to tell you about the animal kingdom. See students, the animal kingdom is divided into several phyta depending upon their cell organization, their symmetry, presence or absence of the notochord and the body cavity. Okay, so according to that you have to write the answer. So first of all, you have to write the some write you have to form a table and write the name of animal and drug, then common name, then class and the phylum in different rows. Arrange it in very particular way. Here I would suggest you to write the examples, at least 5 examples, which are having same class and same phylum. So जो confusion है वो नहीं होता है. ठीक है, एक ही क्लास है इंसेक्टा, फाइलम है ऑर्थोपोडा, तो इसके ही 5 एग्जाम्पल आपको लिखने हैं कंटिन्यूसली. तो जो नेम ऑफ एनिमल है और जो कॉमन नेम है यही चेंज होता है, और क्लास और फाइलम जो है वो आपको वही लिखते जाना है. तो आप अगर इस हिसाब से इस टेबल को एक्सप्लेन करते हो तो एज आंसर के लिए इसका प्रेजेंटेशन भी बहुत अच्छा होता है, और वो दिखने के लिए भी अच्छा होता है, आपको समझने के लिए भी वो अच्छा होता है. तो जब आप आपके खुद के नोट्स बनाओ, उस नोट्स में ऐसे एग्जाम्पल्स के डिफरेंट आपको टेबल्स बनाने हैं जिसमें क्लास और फाइलम जो है वो एक ही है. ऐसे 5 एग्जाम्पल्स के आपको डिफरेंट टेबल जो हैं वो आपके बुक में आपको बनाना है, जिसको आपको वैसे ही याद करना है. ठीक है। डेफिनेटली इफ़ द जब कोई मेडिसिन जो है उसका क्लास और फाइलम दोनों सेम ही होते हैं, तब ऐसे मेडिसिन जो है कभी कभी उनके एक दूसरे के साथ रिलेशंस भी होते हैं, कभी कभी वो इनिमिकल भी होते हैं। तो उनके जो रिलेशनशिप है वो तो हमें पढ़नी ही है आगे। बट एटलीस्ट जब आप टेबल बनाओ तब आप इस तरह से टेबल आपको बनाना है कि उसके क्लास और फाइलम जो है वो एक ही होना चाहिए। एटलीस्ट 3 एग्जाम्पल्स और 5 एग्जाम्पल्स आप एक के नीचे एक ऐसे ही लिखना है जिसका क्लास और फाइलम दोनों एक ही हो। तो इससे आपको याद रखने के लिए भी वो इजी हो जाता है, लिखने के लिए भी उसका जो प्रेजेंटेशन है वो बहुत अच्छा दिखता है, और बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो हैं आपको इस यहाँ पर कन्फ्यूजन नहीं होता है। ओके, तो जब भी आप बनाएं आपको इसी तरीके से इस टेबल को बनाना है। सी स्टूडेंट, दिस इज़ ऑल अबाउट द एनिमल किंगडम। एनिमल किंगडम के बारे में जब आप लिखोगे तब स्पेशली द एनिमल्स, द स्नेक्स, स्कॉर्पियो, ऐसे जो एनिमल्स हैं उनके अलग अलग ग्रुप बनाइए, अपने नोट्स आप खुद बनाइए जिससे आपको कन्फ्यूजन नहीं होगा। बुक में जैसा टेबल दिया है वैसे के वैसे रेफ़र मत कीजिए। जितने एग्जाम्पल्स आप याद रख सकते हो उसे अच्छे से टेबल बनाकर अलग से किसी बुक में लिखिए, तो आप लोगों को पढ़ने के लिए कन्फ्यूजन नहीं होगा। नेक्स्ट थिंग आई वॉन्ट टू से हियर दैट काफ़ी सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो कहते हैं कि हर टॉपिक आप डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन कीजिए। अभी डिटेल में कोई टॉपिक जो है वो एक्सप्लेन तो मैं नहीं कर सकती हूँ, लेकिन मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में आप लोगों के लिए कुछ खास देने जा रही हूँ आज के डिस्क्रिप्शन में। और वो ये है कि किसी स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक को अगर आप सच में डिटेल में जानना चाहते हैं, डिटेल में पढ़ना चाहते हैं, तो आपको मैं वो सिखाऊंगी, लेकिन उसके लिए आपको मिनिमम पेमेंट करना पड़ेगा। तो ये पेमेंट क्या है और किस तरह से आप उसको टॉपिक को आपको सीखना है, ये मैं आज आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे सकती हूँ। आप जहाँ कहाँ कहीं पर भी है, आपको जिस लैंग्वेज में चाहिए, एटलीस्ट हिंदी, मराठी और इंग्लिश में आपको ये एक्सप्लेन कर सकती हूँ विथ पेइंग द मिनिमम अमाउंट। सो प्लीज़ सपोर्ट माय चैनल, सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिए, क्योंकि मैक्सिमम टॉपिक रिलेटेड टू होम्योपैथिक फार्मेसी में आप लोगों को यहाँ पर एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ। तो प्लीज़ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिए, वीडियो को लाइक करना मत भूलिए। और यहाँ पर जो एग्ज़ाम्पल मैंने दिया है ये मॉस्किटो का है, और इससे हम लोग एक बहुत बेहतरीन मेडिसिन भी बनाते हैं जिसे क्यूलेक्स कहते हैं। ठीक है, तो इस चैनल के साथ जुड़े रहिए, और ढेर सारे मुझे कमेंट्स भेजिए। आपके कमेंट्स को आंसर करना मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है। थैंक यू वेरी मच।